You want to know who sits on the Iron Throne after I'm dead? Is that it?
You say you can't have children, but there are other ways of choosing a successor. The Night's Watch has one method. The Ironborn, for all their many flaws, have another.
We will discuss the succession after I wear the crown.
Your Grace, I saw hundreds of arrows fly towards you when you fought on the Blackwater Rush, and I saw hundreds of arrows miss. But any one of them could have found your heart and ended you.
You've been thinking about my death quite a bit, haven't you? Is this one of the items you discussed with your brother in King's Landing?
I'm trying to serve you by planning for the long term.
Welcome everyone to my channel Opinionaty. So Game of Thrones Season 7 Episode 6 has just officially aired, and I'm here today to discuss the sheer amount of foreshadowings in this week's episode. Also, make sure you stick till the end of this video, where I'm going to share with all of you great news regarding Season 8. So, let's start with Tyrion and Daenerys discussing the throne succession and the fact that she cannot have children of her own. This is a massive nod toward Jon's legitimate claim to the throne, and that he's actually next in line. So we all know that it is confirmed by now that A plus L equals J, which means the crown prince, Aegon Targaryen, is Jon's father. As a result of that, all of Aegon's lands and titles are passed down to Jon, not to Daenerys, and that makes him next in line to rule Westeros. Not saying that Jon Snow is interested though, but it speaks to the politics of the show.
Your wildling friend told me the Red Woman brought you back. Thoros has brought me back 6 times. We both serve the same lord.
I serve the North.
The North didn't raise you from the dead.
The Lord of Light never spoke to me. I don't know anything about him. I don't know what he wants from me.
He wants you alive.
Why?
I don't know.
That's all anyone can tell me. I don't know.
Here is another massive foreshadowing to the fact that Jon Snow's resurrection, as well as Beric Dondarrion's resurrection, was not simply because that's what the Lord of Light wants. They were brought back to serve a purpose. No one knows what their purpose is yet, but one can speculate. So in the books, Beric gave his life to Lady Stoneheart, Catelyn Stark. But as we all know that the show is taking things in a different direction, and Lady Stoneheart is not part of the narrative and actually will never be. As for Jon Snow, well, he is still dead in the box. So yeah, this is basically uncharted territory to the show, and we will take a look at this in a separate video. Just let me know if this is something interests you. Because I believe we can go to the bottom of this if we cross-check what happened in the books so far and the show alternate direction and figure out what Jon's and Beric's true purpose and role in the world of the Seven Kingdoms. It is safe to say though that neither Jon or Beric Dondarrion are going anywhere anytime soon, well, at least until they fulfill the purpose, right? Okay, this is it guys. This is why you're here today. How to kill the Night King, or at least what's the plan? Well, so in order to answer this, let's first talk about how to kill the army of the dead who is already dead. They have giants, huge bears, human corpses, and now they have a dragon. In order to kill the Night King though, you have to go through the army of the dead first and work your way up. Not necessarily. So through the episode we were given the information on how to defeat the army of the dead, and then reminded again of that exact information. But let's talk about the first scene first. So basically you kill the creator and the creation falls as well. As we saw in the scene. The scene was presented as an explainer within the narrative, showing us the true mechanism of the army of the dead. They were created by a White Walker, so if you kill the White Walker who is responsible for creating them, then you kill them all. That was long. The foreshadowing here is how about killing the one who is responsible for creating not just the whites, but also the other White Walkers. Then you kill them all. The next scene points this out clearly.
We need to take that thing back with us. There's a raven flying for Dragonstone now. Daenerys is our only chance.
No. There's another. Kill him. He turned them all.
In a future video, we will explore how Bran, Jon Snow, and the Starks are all gonna play a part in accomplishing that in Season 8, which is, as I said in the beginning, I have good news regarding Season 8. Stay tuned and make sure you come back again to the channel. I assure you, you don't want to miss that one out.
Fuck.
So whites are intelligent creatures. I actually did not see this one coming. I have always known for a fact that White Walkers are intelligent creatures. If you think back to Hardhome episode of Season 5, they organized an effective attack. A White Walker stood against Jon Snow knowing that Jon Snow is the leader of the group, and the stare at the end of the episode between the Night King and Jon, well, that says it all. All that indicates that White Walkers are intelligent creatures. But what we learned in this week's episode is that whites are intelligent creatures as well. When the Hound threw a rock more than once toward a white, the white decided to go Gandhi style and say enough is enough. We saw the white taking an action against the Hound's doing. This opens the gates of hell to the theories that claim that Army of the Dead and its leaders can be reasoned with. Peace can be achieved basically between men and White Walkers. More on that in future videos as well.
Not what you're looking for.
So we see Sansa here going through Arya's bag and found the faces that she wears as an assassin now. So think about this for a second and ask yourself the following. Is this really Arya, or is she another person wearing Arya's face? Which is also a theory that had a lot of attention back in Season 6. Also, what if she kills Littlefinger but she wears his face? And we all know that the whole thing started against the Starks, was planned and orchestrated by Littlefinger. So maybe this is going to open new areas of the narrative which we have never explored, such as who was actually behind the killing attempt on Bran back in Season 1, and why did Littlefinger betray Ned Stark? Why Varys did nothing about it? We also him rescuing Tyrion, so we know he is capable, but why sacrificing the Starks? Now, to the good news part regarding Season 8. HBO hinted in the past that Season 8 might be planned for 2019 instead of 2018 release, which is a huge bummer for all of us. But now, we have learned that they started shooting Season 8 in October, which means 2018 release is a go now. That's fantastic. I actually cannot wait for Season 8, so let me know your thoughts, ideas, and theories regarding Season 8 in the comment section below as well. So thank you everyone, and remember, I wish you a great fortune in the episodes to come.